To adjust your device screen, we are in control of the broadcast. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. The time has come. Please stand by for a live transmission from Halloween Daily News. Yes, yes, yes. Light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. It is Monday night. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. Hello, Haddonfield, and happy Michael Myers Monday. Welcome to it. If you happen to be new here, my name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and this swelteringly sick midsummer slasher fest you just found yourself smack in the middle of. It's what we like to call Michael Myers Monday Live. Basically, our party celebrating the shape, the legend, Michael Myers, and all things about the Halloween franchise. So, welcome if you're new, and to everybody else, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. Happy Michael Myers Monday. It is great to see everybody. I know it's been a few weeks since our last live stream, and I do apologize and sincerely thank you for your patience, but we are here tonight. It is Michael Myers Monday, July 21st, 2025. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see some friends already lighting it up in the live chat. I think we got a fun evening for you. We do have some new merch updates. Quite a few new officially licensed merch items have dropped since our last live transmission, including even just a few hours ago today. And we're going to be breaking all of that down and taking a deep dive into everything we haven't talked about yet in that department. And I do have one or two other little news bites to chew on, a couple events I want to make sure that you're aware of. We'll do some poll action later on. We'll launch a new poll that will inform our discussion during our next broadcast. And might have a few other surprises for you along the way as well. Of course, shout outs near the end of the program. So welcome, and happy Michael Myers Monday. You made it. We all made it. It's been about 3 weeks, I believe, since the last time we did this. So if you're here, like I always say, that means you survived. like surviving Halloween night, Michael chasing you. And that in itself is reason to celebrate. So everybody, I hope you're celebrating. However you choose to. I got some warm tea here in my Michael Myers mug this evening. I'm going to check into the live chat here and see what friends are already talking about. I see David Suber in the house. He checked in early. Phil is here. Teen Wolf, what's up? Happy Michael Myers Monday, y'all. Derek O is here. I thought I saw Michael Myers himself lurking in there. There he is. There's Barf. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Rob is in the house. Drowning in Music, welcome. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you as well. Real quickly, who else do we got in here? I saw Megan earlier. I see Fall Guy, one of our illustrious channel members. There he is. You too can be a channel member. It's only $5 a month. And you get, among the other perks, you get early access to stuff like our exclusive interviews. And we got some awesome ones coming this week. I'm going to be talking about that in just a second. And other perks. It's only $5 a month, and it goes a long way to support the HDN channel here. So if you like what you see and you want even more, become a channel member. It's just $5. Of course, super chats are open here in the live chat as well. Every little bit helps. Keep the lights on around here, as they say. Michael Horan is in here. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Brett Patrick, another illustrious channel member. Our friend Richard, another illustrious channel member. Good to see all you guys in here. Very cool. There's The Shape lurking silently, as it should be here, Michael Myers Monday. Somebody, I think, Rob, somebody commented on my shirt already. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you'll recall, this was a Marshall's purchase from last year. And on the back, it says "Not a People Person," and it's got a picture of Michael. So it's a perfect shirt for certain Mondays, you know, if you know what I'm talking about. It's great to see everybody checking in here. Teen Wolf says, is it too much to hope that we get Michael news for SDCC Comic-Con? I don't know. I haven't heard rumblings about that. I mean, we can certainly hope here. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about a Myers-related announcement. You know, of course, we are anxiously awaiting news on the video game that is supposedly in development. And I know there's been some rumblings about that out there, and I'm working on that. We don't want to report on anything until we have it confirmed or verified, of course. And, of course, the TV series that, as far as we know, is still in development. Crystal Lake is off and running, though. They're filming. They're shooting right now. I'm stoked for how that's going to turn out. And well, I'm stoked for it and very curious, I'll say, for how it's going to turn out. So I don't know. That might have, this is just purely speculation, maybe paused things on the TV front or at least slowed it down a little bit. I mean, what's the hurry right now? Because it's going to look like direct competition and like who's copying who type thing. I don't think that's why things are why we haven't heard anything, but I'm just saying that might play a factor starting now or in recent weeks, since Crystal Lake did actually finally become filming. I can't believe it. They've cast young Michael now, young man who was in season 3 of Chucky. But anyway, this is not Jason Voorhees Monday. This is Michael Myers Monday. So back on topic. Solid Saturn checking in. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Got a Halloween Ends eye patch coming from Big Bad. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about merch and cool new Myers-related drops, most of which is available to order right now. Before we get into that, I just want to let you know of a couple things. One thing is a reminder of our ongoing sale on everything available in our online shop. It's HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop, and I've got a link in the description, of course. And if you just go to HalloweenDailyNews.com, you click on the shop tab. Everything in the store is 15% off for you guys if you use code MMM15, MMM15. And we've just extended that through October 31st of this year. That's just for the Triple M crew. I mean, technically it's for anybody that watches this live stream at any point, even if they're not watching live right now. But we don't advertise that publicly anywhere else, and that's we don't really put discounts that big out there publicly generally. So that's a special discount just for you guys. I want to always remind you about that. Triple M 15% off. We've got very few 2018 masks left. If anybody's looking for one for a rehaul or just wants an extra one, or for some reason you don't own it, it's like the best-selling Michael Myers mask ever made. But we've got a few more left, very few, in stock, and we've got a handful of kills and ends and a bunch of other cool stuff, including that wall decor, all kinds of cool stuff. Check it out, HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. And don't forget, code Triple M 15% off. Now, before we get into the news and the news bites this evening and all of our regular segments, our first segment, I want to give you guys a little treat, a little premiere, a little exclusive for Michael Myers Monday here tonight. And this is from an upcoming interview. And first of all, we've got a big week of interviews. I hope you've already checked out the one we dropped earlier today with The Purge creator James DeMonaco, writer and director. He wrote all of the Purge movies, and he directed the first 3, and he has a brand new horror movie called The Home, starring Pete Davidson. It is out this Friday, July 25th. It is awesome. I highly recommend it. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, trust me, you're going to like it. Anyway, we had a great conversation promoting that movie, but we did talk a little bit about The Purge, and specifically about the Purge masks becoming a staple of Halloween over the last decade or so, just as The Purge itself has become a part of American lexicon. And of course, we talked a little bit about Halloween, the holiday itself, and what that means to James. So check that one out if you haven't already. Now, coming up later this week, I did post about it earlier this morning because I was just so excited. I recently had exclusive conversations, one-on-one, with 2 of the members of the legendary power metal band Helloween. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, Helloween has been around for about 40 years, and they are a German power metal band, and they are absolute legends, icons in this genre of music. And it was my just great pleasure and honor to get to talk to and interview 2 of the band's guitarists. First up, coming up in a few days this week, we've got an exclusive one-on-one with Helloween guitarist Sascha Gerstner, and he has been with the band since 2002, which is more than half the 40 plus years that the band has been together. And then later on this week, founding member, guitarist, songwriter Michael Wyckoff is going to be here in a exclusive interview that I recorded earlier this month with him. And again, I'm very stoked to share these interviews. The band, if you don't know, they're called Helloween, and so all of their imagery and everything is based around Halloween, and the jack-o'-lantern is their logo. It's always on all their album artwork. They've got an epic 13-minute song, basically their theme song, called Halloween, which is that's like the one that drew me to them initially, of course. But they've got all amazing stuff. Now, how does this tie in to Michael Myers Monday, though? Well, again, if you're not familiar with the band, on track 1 of their first album, Walls of Jericho, it's a track called Starlight. And they actually sample the Silver Shamrock commercial in the intro to that song, track 1, album 1. And it has become, again, over the last 4 decades for them, kind of part of their overall imagery and fandom, to the point where their fans at a lot of their live shows will go out there and they'll be chanting, "Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween," out there as they're, about to hit the stage. So getting to talk to Michael as a founding member of the band, Of course, I was curious and wanted to know about all this. And so, what I'm going to do right now is, for the first time ever, I'm going to world premiere a clip from this interview. This is actually about the first 5 minutes of the interview. And in this clip, you'll see me ask him about naming the band, and then more specifically about using the infamous Silver Shamrock commercial, and how he feels about all of that becoming so synonymous with the band now. And I think you'll find his answer interesting. And again, this is just the beginning of the interview, because after this, of course, we get into the music of Helloween, and including their new album, which is called Giants and Monsters. And it's coming out August 29th, by the way. I've heard it in its entirety. I've heard it in its entirety about 50 or 60 times by now, because they sent me an advanced digital copy, and I've just been blasting it over and over before and since talking to these guys, and I love it. But anyway, look for those interviews coming up later this week. Right now, I'm going to shut up and play this clip again. This is the first few minutes of my exclusive conversation with Helloween guitarist and power metal legend Michael Wyckoff. Check it out, guys. Helloween talks Halloween. Michael, welcome to Halloween Daily, where every day is Halloween, which I think is something maybe you can relate to a little bit. I am so excited to be talking to you today.
I had a quick look at your website, and it seems it's dealing with all things Halloween every day, and all these items and movies and posters and whatever. And I was like, okay, I got to give up, because I don't know all these things in particular, and whatever there is. Huh? I hope you're not asking me too many specific things about like whack.
Well,
no, but we know a bit.
Well, and I understand that, Halloween, the holiday, is just obviously not what it is here in the States and in Germany, where you grew up. And I was curious about that, honestly, if growing up, if you celebrated, or when you remember like your first experience of just knowing what this crazy holiday that we're so obsessed with is.
Yeah, we played Dallas once when there was Halloween, or was it Denver? I'm not sure. And we had the room full with crazy people, and we saw what was going about. And well, over here they have commercialized it kind of for the kids and stuff. It's not having the dimensions as it has in the US, right? But they're trying to imitate it or something, but that's more or less for commercial reasons, right? For people to make some money on the kids. And there's none of preparing your building or anything with like lights and other things, or spider webs or something. None of that yet, right?
Yeah, right. It could be coming eventually, maybe.
Yeah, but no.
Now, with it being, not as big celebrated in Germany, when you guys first started out, what was that conversation like to name the band Helloween? And was it always kind of part of the thinking that you would use the jack-o'-lantern in the logo, in the art, and in the stage show and all that?
Yeah, it was. We were looking for a racy, speedy sounding name, kind of like Hallenbeck, right? There was that American band called Hallenbeck. And we thought, okay, something speedy, something racy, something that sounds good or whatever. And then Ingo, the drummer back then, he proposed like, we've seen the Halloween movies of Carpenter, and then we were like, yeah, Halloween. And it looked kind of good if you do that logo and stuff. And then, yeah, but what does it implicate? I mean, it'd be like a band was coming around calling themselves Easter or Thanksgiving Day or something. And we said, yeah, we don't care so much for it, because like we haven't sold any records yet, right? So let's see where that goes, how that sounds, and how people receive it or whatever. Well, I mean, at least it sounded and looked good. And so we were like, yeah, okay. I always found it was a little kind of cheeky idea to go for that, but that's what it was. With the logo the way it's looking like, we thought, okay, we may be set, you know, maybe people don't worry too much or won't complain enough or something, and so that's the way it goes ever since.
and yeah, ever since, and now it's just part of the band and part of the fandom and everything. And you mentioned, you know, you were familiar with the Carpenter films, and I talked to Sasha, and he said that, you know, that was his first experience just with the holiday itself was through movies and stuff like that. Do you remember whose idea it was, or how you guys arrived at the idea to use the Silver Shamrock Happy Halloween from Halloween 3? Because I don't know if you can tell, I love Halloween 3. It's one of my favorites, and I love that Starlight has that commercial in the intro. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, it's only been because we didn't have any more than that. I mean, we had only the Halloween soundtrack with that jingle on there.
Right.
And then, you know, you remember the intro with the guy scanning the radio stations, being bored and drunk and stuff, and then suddenly London Bridge is falling down, Happy Halloween Shamrock, right? Yep. And we didn't even know what Shamrock was. We just went like, okay, that's on the radio, and that's like the intro, and that's what they know, and yeah, maybe it does something, right? And then the guy goes like, he hears it, happy Halloween, oh shit. And then you go for Starlight, right? And we were like, oh, brilliant intro. Yeah, so nothing behind it really. It was just like we had no other things. There were no internet or anything where you could possibly get like a radio feed from the States or something.
Right.
Now you would have recorded it on the radio itself, right? But as it was, we were there in the control room. We wanted to record something.
Right.
And yeah, someone had the soundtrack, so put that on, right? That sounds like Halloween somehow, right? Pretty stupid.
All right, like I said, that full interview is dropping later on this week, and ahead of that, you can see my full interview with Michael's bandmate Sasha Gerstner, both from Helloween. Check out their new album, Giants and Monsters, when it drops August 29th. If you're into that genre of music, I mean, it's as good as it gets, honestly. I mean, they're just amazing musicians. So intricate, so fast, so awesome. Let's see. Chris says, aren't we getting another new Halloween movie? Oh, I mean, I'm sure eventually. But David says that the advertisement for the official website was for a signed Legend of Halloween book. Got won one last November, but never received it. Wow, last November. I still haven't received it. Interesting. Yeah, I would have expected that there'd be more activity on that Halloween portal site. All right, we are going to now get into our news items of the evening, and we're going to start with an upcoming event, which is pretty cool. You might have heard about this, but if not, I think it's definitely worth your time. I'm looking forward to it. So, Adam Green, you know, the filmmaker, creator of Hatchet, Victor Crowley franchise. He also directed an excellent movie called Frozen, not the Disney one, but if you've never seen it, watch Adam Green's Frozen. Absolutely terrifying, brilliant, awesome. Love that movie. It's my favorite one that he's made. Anyway, his podcast, The Movie Crypt with Joe Lynch, every year they do their Yorkie-thon, and this year is their 9th annual Yorkie-thon, and they always do a script reading, and this year's script reading is especially interesting because they will be reading live during this 48-hour marathon to save Yorkies. They'll be reading Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan's never produced Halloween Returns script. Here's the official poster for the event, and I'm going to read you what Bloody Disgusting has reported here on this event. Yorkie-thon 9 is taking place July 25th through 27th, so this coming weekend. And among all of the live auctions and interviews and all kinds of nonstop activity, all of which to benefit Save a Yorkie Rescue, this year's annual live script reading will be of Marcus Dunstan and Patrick Melton's never-produced Halloween Returns, which, as you are very well, may be well aware if you're watching this program, was almost made into a feature film. It was very close to going before cameras exactly 1 decade ago, in fact, in 2015. So that makes it even more fitting that they're doing this at this time, because it literally was the summer of 2015 when we here at Halloween Daily News were reporting very heavily on Halloween Returns. And this live reading will be performed by a group of actors under the direction of filmmaker Dave Parker. This sounds really fun, really cool. It is happening Saturday, July 26th at 4 p.m. Pacific, and that's 7 p.m. Eastern. And it'll be streaming live online at ariescope.com. That's ARIESCOPE.com. ariescope.com. Available to watch free. And while you're watching it there, of course, if you want to donate to the cause or bid on items in the silent auction, you can do so there on the website. So that's happening this Saturday afternoon. I'll be tuning in for this. I'm very excited for this. I know a lot of this has been out there. I don't know if the full script or the version that they're going to be reading exactly has circulated out there, but I've never read it in any case. I've heard certain descriptions about certain things, of course, that were going to happen in there. And that was a wild time. If you want to just take a little flashback for a minute, a decade ago, if you remember that summer. Because, again, we here at HDN, it was just a very exciting time. We were covering a new Halloween movie that was about to start filming. And it just didn't happen. And Malik Akkad has talked about that. He talked about it at age 45, in fact. And he was actually thankful that it didn't happen, and because that was under the old Weinstein regime of Dimension. And, of course, ever since then, Halloween and the franchise has been free of all that. So, so again, that's a very cool event. And so I look forward to actually hearing this script read live during this event. So you guys tell me what you think. Do you remember Halloween Returns? If you've been following us at Halloween Daily News for the last decade, then you will recall we did quite a bit of coverage of it, of course, obviously. But I think that's a great idea to expose the script that way and what could have been in a fun way for charity, where nobody's monetizing anything for gain. It's all for charity. All right, so you guys let me know about that if you're going to be tuning in. I definitely will be. All right, another event I just want to plug here for a minute real quick is this year's Haunted Screams Expo in Hampton, Virginia. This is an event we've attended every year. I believe this is their 5th year. It might even be their 6th. It is happening at the Hampton Roads Convention Center in Hampton, Virginia. Um, and the dates, oh, I had them right up here a second ago, are September 27th and 28th. And I'm going to go over here, and you can see a couple of the guests that have been announced so far, but one in particular you want to take note of here on Michael Myers Monday. The great Tyler Mane returns to Haunted Screams Expo in 2025. This will be Tyler's third appearance at this convention. He was there. I don't think he was there at the very first one. I think maybe second and third one, possibly, or maybe he was there at the very first one. Anyway, clearly he likes spending some time there in Virginia, and that's in easy driving distance to us. So we are planning on being there and looking forward to seeing Tyler again, hopefully at Haunted Screams. City Kitty has checked in. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Thanks for being here. Yes, Fall Guy remembers hearing rumblings about returns. Yeah, it was happening, and in retrospect, I mean, again, I shared earlier today on here on the channel. I shared a short clip from the H45 Men Behind the Mask panel, and in that clip, you know, it was from when they were all giving their favorite kills, and Douglas Tate, it got to be his turn, and of course, he didn't kill anybody on screen, so uh, he talked about other things, but they asked him about Halloween Returns and Freddy versus Jason, and he talked a little bit about Halloween Returns. And in my extended interview with Douglas here on the channel, and again here when he appeared on Triple M Live last year, he talks in depth about getting that role and how close it was to going before cameras. From what I understand, it was literally like weeks away from beginning shooting. So yeah, I'll be checking that out for sure. Larry is checked in as well. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Thanks for being here. All right. We are going to get into our merch news right now. And we got quite a few different merch updates that I want to talk about. First one, though, not the greatest news that we wanted to hear, but you might have noticed over on Trick or Treat Studios website that 1978 officially licensed Halloween Michael Myers animatronic. It now has an estimated availability of next summer. And you might recall this animatronic was initially announced and previewed back in January at the annual Halloween and Party Expo by Trick or Treat Studios, and we saw video of it in action there, and we learned that its audio would feature 2 tracks officially licensed from the actual 78 soundtrack, and his movements, his knife hand goes up and then it kind of twists at the wrists. And we talked about that pretty in depth at that time. Way back in January. And we were all so excited because that demo that they brought with them to the Halloween and Party Expo looks like it is very possibly the best looking, at least as far as the head sculpt, certainly, the best looking Myers animatronic so far. So then it was brought to my attention that the website says it's delayed, and so I can report that Halloween Daily News has independently verified through our own um, sales rep at Trick or Treat that this is true. The product has been delayed significantly. It's not going to launch until 2026. I don't know if you're aware, but there's been all these issues with tariffs causing shipping delays and stuff like that. And so, yes, of course, it's related to that. And it is unfortunate. And unfortunately, I do think while we're looking at a lot of cool new releases here tonight, even, um, you know, un- unfortunately, it's not as much as I think it would have been. Well, I know it's not as much as it would have been because, well, this is one of those examples. But so there you go. It's confirmed. It's definitely not coming until 2026. So I guess we have a little bit longer, about another year or so, to save up $350 to make that purchase. So again, unfortunate news, but certainly not unexpected. Now, while we're talking about animatronics available in 2025 for the Halloween season, I would be remiss not to let you know that over at HalloweenCostumes.com, where they just this past week dropped a ton of brand new products, and this is the same site and the home of the infamous 25-foot Michael Myers inflatable. It too is back this year. It's in stock at HalloweenCostumes.com. But so is this previously released Halloween 2 Michael Myers animatronic. This is the one you'll recall. It was available for a while through Lowe's, and now it is available at HalloweenCostumes.com, made by Jenny. And it plays the what I call the generic Halloween jingle music. It's not the actual theme. It's kind of meant to sound like it. And it is priced right now at $300. So, but it is currently in stock and shipping right now. So, if you are looking for a new animatronic, all right. So, give me your thoughts on the 78 being delayed. And like I said, there's other stuff over at Halloween Costumes too. Aside from that animatronic, if you go down, like I said, they've got the 25-footer, they've got the 6-foot inflatable that also has an animatronic moving head, and they've got other stuff like pillows and slippers and even sneakers at HalloweenCostumes.com. All right, so let's look at the newest NECA Michael Myers products to be revealed. Now, just a few weeks ago, we looked at their Curse of Michael Myers, Ultimate Michael Myers 7-inch scale action figure collectible. And he is out there. He is available now online and out in the wild at physical stores. People are finding him at their local Walmarts and Targets. And he is awesome. And since our last live transmission here on Michael Myers Monday, NECA has since added another new Michael Myers figure to their Ultimate figure line. This being the officially licensed Halloween H2O 20 years later Ultimate Michael Myers 7-inch scale action figure. And he is available currently as of tonight, July 21st, for pre-order for $35. And NECA is absolutely killing it with these figures. And it's Michael Myers Monday, so we're only going to talk about the Michael Myers one, but the Ultimate line in general, and specifically the Michael Myers Ultimate line, that's my favorite line that NECA does. They're amazing. They're so detailed. They're so articulate, and they come with so many amazing special features. And that's a little bit of what I want to look at. We're going to zoom in on some of these photos here because, I mean, as you know, H2O features a couple of different masks. And of course, NECA not going to skimp on the masks. They give us all three versions. There's the KMB. They've even got the CG enhanced version that is included here. But this is one of my favorite accessories right here. I mean, look at that from the opening scene with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Jimmy. That's one of my favorite accessories that it comes with, the bloody ice skate. Again, I mean, the sculpts in the hands and everything. Here's another look at this mask. I mean, it's so cool, the detail and the dead-on accessories, and the fact that it comes with each of the different masks, the likenesses. There's that. It looks great. And so there's all three of the masks. And here's all of the accessories that he comes with. Of course, the axe. We got a couple interchangeable hands. Yep. A couple sets of hands. You got the bloody kitchen knife, the bloody ice skate, and the pumpkin with the knife in it. There he is doing the head tilt. Again, I mean, NECA just killing it with these ultimates every time. They did say when they previewed the H2O, or the H6, I mean, the Curse, that there was going to be more coming from this franchise. And so here we go. You know, they've done Halloween 2 and Halloween 3. They've done the recent trilogy, 2018 Kills and Ends. Now they've done Curse. Now we've got H2O up for pre-order. Teen Wolf commented earlier tonight, ready for Resurrection, and we know that's going to be on the way. I wouldn't be surprised if they announced that before this Halloween, at the rate they're going. So this H2O Ultimate looks amazing to me. $35 up for pre-order now. I put a link for him as well as the Curse Ultimate in the description of this video. Give me your thoughts, especially to my collectors out there. Have you pre-ordered this one yet? Are you going to add him to your collection? You know you are. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I love the accessories that NECA picks out. Now, speaking of NECA, just today, on Michael Myers Monday, July 21st, they gifted us with yet another Myers-related reveal, and this is easily one of my favorites of all time. Now, you may or may not have seen in recent years, NECA has launched a whole line of kid trick-or-treater figures that are wearing Ben Cooper costumes. Ben Cooper, of course, the vintage, plastic mask and smock costumes. Iconic, right? They helped define Halloween for generations, all the way up through and into the 80s and 90s, really. So NECA, now owned by the same company that owns Ben Cooper and all those classic Ben Cooper designs, NECA got the great idea. Let's do those vintage costumes, put them out as figures. And they've been huge hits because it hits that vintage, nostalgic Halloween button in all of us. Especially those of us old enough to have worn some of them and been around some of them. So then of course, the next natural step, the geniuses at NECA said, well, we've got all these Ben Cooper licenses and designs, and we've got all these modern horror character and classic horror character designs and pop culture character designs. Let's reimagine what it would be like if Ben Cooper had made some of these costumes. And they did some where Ben Cooper really did make the costumes, like Alf and E.T. and certain costumes like that, which really were made by Ben Cooper. And now, though, they've taken it to the complete extreme, and they're doing all of our horror favorites. They've already done Spalding and Sam from Trick or Treat. So that brings us to today's unveiling of Series 9. And this might be the best one yet, because we get Art the Clown, Leatherface, Billy the Puppet from Saw, Pennywise, and Michael Myers. Halloween 2, Michael Myers in Ben Cooper form. Look at this. How cool is this? Here he is next to the other ones. Here he is by himself. Look at this. Now, all of these are great. Every one of these figures are amazing. I mean, we'll take a closer look at some of the other ones in a second, but let's just look at Michael here for a minute. This, of course, did not exist in real life, but oh my God, had it existed in the early 80s. This looks exactly the way it would have likely existed, you know, because the Ben Cooper costumes, they always have the character featured on the costume itself. As ridiculous as that may seem, that's the way they were made, and that's what kids loved at the time. And so here it is, and it's Michael, and it's Halloween 2, and it's the blood tears, and he's in flames. Just brilliant. The rest of the smock jumpsuit is basically Michael's jumpsuit. The mask, it's got the blood tears because it's H2. It's dirtied up, which looks a little weird, but again, if this was an actual Ben Cooper thing, that's exactly the type thing that they put in it. But I mean, even like the way the hair sticks out and everything, it's so on point. And then how cool, he's not carrying just any pumpkin pail, but it's the poster pumpkin pail. I mean, how perfect is that? I love these Ben Cooper figures that NECA has been doing. I absolutely think they are some of the coolest products that NECA has put out. For example, look at the Leatherface. Look at what he's holding here. It's so funny. His bag says, "Have a Halloween massacre." You know, I mean, it's so detailed, so funny. These are just, they're great. Now, they are up for pre-order right now. They're $100 for the set from NECA. And I did put a link to that set. You'll probably be able to find them individually at some point. I mean, Art the Clown is included in there. Just so cool. And of course, it was just a matter of time. But I mean, look at Billy. His bag says "Gamer Treat." I mean, so cool. What do you think? What do you guys think about the NECA Ben Cooper kids? Yes, the skull pail. That's what I'm saying. Like, it is so. It's just unbelievable. Like putting the skull pumpkin pail. I love that detail so much. Yeah, Yeah, you guys. Yeah, David's already pre-ordered. Yeah, it's so cool. Now, David, did you pre-order just the Michael or the whole set? I mean, the set's great. They're all great. Every one that they, even before they started doing the characters, and it was just the Ben Cooper. Like the first one or it was like the first or second series was just legit classic Ben Cooper costumes. Like I was in love with them then, and then they started doing, it was like Spalding and Sam from Trick or Treat, and I think Krampus. Um, got the whole set, my man. Love it. Ah, Teen Wolf, good point. Kind of hope we get a kid Michael Ben Cooper figure. Yeah, that's a good point. The clown, um, clown Michael. That actually makes more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, there you go, NECA. Series 10, make it so. The October is checked in. 102 days until Halloween. Yes. Yes. Not that anybody's counting because every day is Halloween here, but yes. Thank you for giving us the countdown. Much appreciated. And thank you for being here and joining us for Michael Myers Monday Live. Yeah, all those NECA figures, just amazing to me. So good. So good. Um, all right, but that's not all the merch we have to look at tonight. Because there is another new book about this most hallowed of all horror franchises coming our way this year. Check it out. This is the Amazon listing for You Can't Kill the Boogeyman, the ongoing Halloween saga. 13 movies and counting. And this is a new behind the scenes book by Wayne Byrne with a foreword by Tony Timpone, Fangoria legend. And as you can see, it says here this book is a cultural and critical examination of the legendary Halloween film franchise, considering the style, themes, and development of the series within temporal and industrial contexts. Through candid conversations with author Wayne Byrne, a variety of directors, screenwriters, cinematographers, composers, and actors from across the Halloween films offer exclusive insights into their careers, their unique aesthetic approaches, and their experiences of working on one of the most celebrated horror franchises within the history of American cinema. This will be released on August 7th. So, right around the corner. And we have included the link to order via Amazon in the description of this video. Now, if you will recall, we also have another upcoming Halloween book to look forward to this year. That is Horror in Haddonfield, Halloween's Untold Stories by Andrew Grievous. And that one will be released on October 7th. And that, too, features a ton of exclusive interviews with various composers, writers, cinematographers, and, of course, actors from all 13 of the films. And it, too, is available for pre-order right now. We'll put a link to that one down in the description of this video as well. So are you excited and looking forward to these new book releases? Are you going to be ordering them? Do you have the other previously released behind the scenes books? They did that great book about the recent trilogy that came out just fairly recently. And there have been a number of them over the years. Ah, yes, Teen Wolf says Hope Orlando's Mexifunk's pop-up Halloween book actually happens. Yeah, yeah, I would love to see that actually happen too. He talked about that in our interview. What's up, Sonia? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. Rob's going to be picking up both books down the road. Ah, Brett wants a Ben Tramer Ben Cooper figure. Yes. Blonde Myers. Come on, NECA. That's a good idea, too. I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. All right, so with these two books coming out, of course, it got me thinking a little bit, and begs the question I got to ask you guys. Should I be thinking about doing something like this, like compiling our interviews into book form? Because we've certainly got a ton of them over the last 13 years since launching HDN back in 2012, believe it or not. And, I personally have interviewed, I mean, I don't even know what the total tally at the moment it is, but probably around 50 or 60 Haddonfield residents, past and present, um, you know, throughout the years. And it has crossed my mind from time to time of trying to compile them all into um, one place, for everybody to find. Of course, the earlier interviews were mostly written interviews, and they were done over the phone and transcribed and stuff like that. Here, more recently, in the last 5 years specifically, it's all done on Zoom. It's all video interviews and all that stuff. So, obviously, the book would take all of that, and it would all be transcribed, similar to what these guys have done. And so it'd be pretty much all the Haddonfield interviews, so to speak. Of course, H2O doesn't take place in Haddonfield or H3, but you know what I mean, Haddonfield and surrounding areas. All of the Halloween franchise interviews compiled into one. So I just wanted to ask you, the Triple M crew, what do you think? Is that something I should even be thinking about or considering for down the road? Because it would certainly be doable, we certainly have enough to fill a book or two, probably, just with what we've already done. So give me your thoughts on that. And also, if you're going to be ordering these two, purchasing them, adding to your bookshelf this fall. David's definitely going to be ordering them. Excellent. Teen Wolf says, yes, do it. Maybe we all pitch in questions for interview. Oh, for some new interview. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I think we could do, like we've done here during the lives. And we could take some questions for some of those specifically. Absolutely. What's up, Tim? Welcome. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. All right. Before I get too off track, we do have just a couple more merch items that I pulled up for us to look at. And these are from the latest new 2025 editions from our friends over at Spirit Halloween. And this is on their website, spirithalloween.com. We've already previously talked about the new neon sign that is still in stock and available right now. We've got the mini Horror Baby, H2 Michael Myers Horror Baby. I think the full size, the regular size one is still in stock too. That side stepper is still in stock. The Spirit H2 animatronic. Talking again about the animatronics on the market right now. He is still in stock and available right now as well. And he was not available in stores, and I don't know that he'll be available in stores this year. So if you want to get a hold of him. And new additions since our last conversation here include this new officially licensed Halloween 2 fleece blanket. It says there is no place to hide.
with the blood splatter. I commented that, I mean, kind of cool that they didn't go with the blood tears here, even though it's H2. It's definitely H2. I think the mask looks really great in this shot. You know, this half shot, kind of the cracked eye right there, looks really good. And again, I don't mind the H2 using the blood tears so much in recent years, just because I do think that's kind of an iconic thing that makes H2. You know, it's only in H2 that happens. But that being said, this image of Michael looks awesome to me. And let me see what the measurements on that is. 60 by 50. So there you go. And it's $35 in stock shipping right now. And then also, we have a new Michael Myers door cover, also officially licensed from Halloween 2. It measures 80 by 37. And this is the second Michael Myers door cover that Spirit is carrying. And there he is again, totally H2, because look, we've got some bullet holes back there. I see at least 4 of them. I don't see 6 of them, but you know, 2 of the bullets that went in the front might not have come out the back, I guess. I guess that's what they're saying. At least 4 of them went right through him. And I like this detail too on this, you know, that makes it uniquely Halloween 2, because he's not holding a kitchen knife like you might expect. No, he's specifically holding the is that the syringe? Yeah. Is that the syringe or the scalpel? I think it's the scalpel. And again, you've got Halloween 2 down there at the bottom, the text. And it's just $23. So that's really the new 2020. Excuse me. That's really the new 2025 Michael Myers collection so far from Spirit Halloween. Is that going to be it? Are we going to get any more items? I do think there's going to be a few more, maybe. I still am going to hold to what I said the other week, that I think we're going to get a, and I'm saying this as a prediction, but also as because I'm hoping for it. I'm really hoping we get that Michael Myers blow mold this year to go with Sam and Ghostface released last year in blow mold form. I think that would be an awesome addition to this Michael Myers collection. But again, I think a lot of things are being affected by just international shipping situations and all that stuff. All right, so that's the merch roundup for now. For the moment, anyway. Give me your thoughts on all of those. Ben confirms that's the scalpel. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Brett says you could supply a whole village with all the fleece blankets that are out there. There's always another image getting printed on a fleece blanket, isn't it? Pedro's, what's up, man? Still want that neon sign? Awesome. Yeah, I need that too. Ben needs to see it in person. Yeah, the neon sign, I agree. I want to see that in person myself, but I could definitely see getting it, and then you guys seeing it like hanging back here in a few weeks. I could definitely see that becoming a new addition to my setup down here. So we'll see. I don't know though. I don't know, but we'll see. It definitely is one of the coolest things of those new items. Yeah, that's probably my favorite so far this year. But again, fingers crossed for that blow mold, because I'll be happy if we get that and from Spirit this year, definitely. David says they fleecing us out of our money. Yeah, definitely. That's hilarious. That's awesome. All right. We are going to launch a poll in a minute, which is going to be a fun one, and it's going to lead into our next open general discussion for the next episode of Michael Myers Monday Live, and we are going to do some shout outs. But first, I'm going to take just a few minute break here, and I'm going to play this pre-recorded report all about our upcoming Independent Halloween International Film Festival. If you've already seen this, you can grab a beverage or use the restroom or whatever. It'll take just a few minutes to run this. But if you don't know, we're putting on an event the first weekend in October right here on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's going to feature 3 days and nights of independent Halloween-themed and horror films from all around the world. We're taking submissions now. The final deadline for submissions is on July 31st, so it's just a few days away as we're recording this. If you're a filmmaker, if you know any filmmakers, if you can just help spread the word, it's much appreciated. And if you are anywhere near the area, North Carolina, East Coast, Northeast area, this early October, you want to be here for this event. We'd love to see you. It's going to be filled with just creative talent, shorts as well as feature films. I've been watching a lot of the submissions here in recent weeks, and very exciting everything that we're seeing. Getting very excited to share this with you guys. So again, I hope if you can make it, well, just watch this. This will give you all the details and everything you need to know, because it's the film festival is really even just one part of all the excitement happening here as part of Halloween Island. So check this out. The time has come. The moment has arrived. The Halloween International Film Festival is back from the dead in 2025, happening at a new, iconic venue that dates all the way back to the silent film era and the dawn of cinema itself on the historic and haunted Outer Banks of North Carolina this October. And submissions just opened. Hey everybody, Matt here with Halloween Daily News, and we are very excited to exclusively announce the resurrection of the Halloween International Film Festival in October 2025, showcasing shorts and features that celebrate the strange, the unusual, and of course all the horror and wonder of the most hallowed of seasons, taking place on the Outer Banks of North Carolina at a legendary theater that dates back over a century. The festival features 3 days of independent horror and Halloween-themed films from around the world, as well as networking opportunities and extensive media exposure, all taking place this year as one of the kickoff events for the town of Manio's Halloween Island festivities. This is where area restaurants, bars, and other businesses throughout the downtown social district of Manio will all transform themselves into Halloween-themed pop-ups for the month of October. And our event, the first weekend in October, the festival is going to help kick off this month-long celebration of Halloween Island in Manio, North Carolina. Films selected for the Halloween International Film Festival will be shown on the massive big screen at the Pioneer Theater, including Q&A sessions with attending filmmakers, nightly meet and greets, photo ops on our orange carpet, as well as an outdoor vendor market on Saturday, and numerous Halloween Island festivities happening each day in easy walking distance throughout the town. Our iconic new host venue, the Pioneer, dates back to 1918 when it originally opened, showing silent films back in the earliest days of movie making. Later, it opened its current location in 1934, this year marking its 91st anniversary at its current location, and it is absolutely, truly an independent cinematic landmark in itself.
A portion of this year's proceeds from the festival will be donated to a Pathway Forward, a locally based nonprofit charity that supports veterans. The Halloween International Film Festival is happening October 2nd through 4th, 2025 at the Pioneer Theater in Manteo on North Carolina's Outer Banks, presented by Halloween Daily News. We're going to have a ton more details to be revealed very soon. Make sure you stay tuned for all the latest updates. But what you need to know now is save the dates: Thursday, October 2nd, Friday, October 3rd, and Saturday, October 4th. Plan on joining us on the Outer Banks, and make sure you let all your filmmaker friends, family, and loved ones know that submissions for the 2025 Halloween International Film Festival are now officially open. That's right. Early deadline is March 31st. Final deadline is July 31st. We're going to have a lot to talk about as things continue to ramp up with this festival. But we wanted to go ahead and get this announcement out there and let you guys know so you can start making your plans. This is going to be an epic event that you're not going to want to miss. And of course, we're going to have all kinds of previews and more coverage as things start to heat up with this festival. You're not going to want to miss any of that right here at Halloween Daily News. You can find full details on how to submit via Film Freeway, and you can find all of that right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com. Until then, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching. Yes, we hope you will join us here on our little island of Halloween. It is actually becoming Halloween Island. Like I said, we got a lot of cool stuff we are putting together for you guys. So if any of you are in the area or can make plans to be, we would love to see you this October. I wanted to pull this up to show you our badass artwork. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's done by our friend Steven at Toxic Coffin. Check them out. They're on Instagram. They do horror and Halloween themed apparel. Toxic Coffin. They design our wicked official artwork for the Halloween International Film Festival 2025. All right. We just a few minutes ago launched a new poll, and this poll is going to inform part of our discussion for our next live Michael Myers Monday transmission. And during that event, I plan to have a general open discussion like we've done on some of these topics and like we've talked about in this one. We're going to concentrate on all of Michael Myers' masks other than his main mask. You know what I mean. We're talking about the clown masks. We're talking about the escape mask from 07. We're talking about Mike's brute mask in H5 and others. Even face coverings, so to speak, if it's not even exactly a mask. Putting on Bob's glasses and the ghost sheet, stuff like that. Every Michael Myers costume or mask other than his usual one. And so with that in mind, that is the subject of this week's Triple M poll question, where we are asking what is your favorite Michael Myers mask other than his usual quote-unquote main mask. And they only let me put 4 options here on YouTube. So we put up the clown mask, the first one we see him in 78. The brute mask from H5, I love that scene personally.
Or how about Rob Zombie's version of the clown mask with Dave in '07? Or the Smiths Grove escape mask that Tyler Mane wears in Halloween '07. The pumpkin escape mask. I love that one as well, as I think you guys know. So we just launched this a few minutes ago. It's got a couple votes, and right out the gate, Clown Mask from '78, Brute Mask from H5 is jumping out. But I mean, there are others that we'll look at, and I'll give my thoughts and get your thoughts on which ones we like more or less. But personally, I've said before here that I always kind of like, when Michael has a different look. It's, the classic look is the classic look. It's the iconic classic look. But I do like all of those examples there, and there's other ones. I mean, I love an H4 when he's doing the mummy wrap look. So that'll be a fun one for us to get into. You guys, you can start now. You can answer the poll. You can chime in the live chat now. You can comment in the comments right now as you're watching this, and we'll put all that into the discussion during the next Triple M Live. All right, we're going to do a couple shout outs right now before we get out of here. You guys know what's up. Every week we do Michael Myers Monday Live. This little hashtag we started back in 2013 just to kind of make Mondays a little less miserable and to celebrate our favorite fictional serial killer and the greatest horror icon of them all. And it's taken on a life of its own over these years. And some people use it as motivation, like a motivational thing, like Attack Monday, the way Michael would attack it. Others use it as like, oh my God, is tomorrow really Monday? And then Loomis says, as a matter of fact, it is. That's one of the memes people have used. People have created all kinds of memes, GIFs with it over the years, and it's awesome, and we love it. So with that in mind, every time we do one of these live streams, we always wrap it up with a couple shout outs from the interwebs and the various socials out there. And these are by no means the best or all of them or anything like that, because we'd never get done. But just a few random ones that caught my eye when I jumped out. We try to spread it out a little bit. So with all that in mind, let's jump to the blue sky. And this one was actually posted about a week ago, I believe, but we didn't do a live stream then. So happy belated Michael Myers Monday. Shout out to Connie Satterfield with this Freddy glove coming down to pick up this Michael mask. It's pretty cool. Jumping over to the gram of the Insta. Thought this one was a little bit fitting for being late July here. This was posted by witchywoman.11 saying happy Michael Myers Monday. Rocking their Myers shirt. And again, I love the H78 opening credits. Pumpkin Pale. Awesome. Another one from Instagram right here. This is posted by Smiths Grove Sanitarium, and we'll go ahead and see if we can go back there. Oh, well, we'll try to come back to that one later. This one posted by our friend, the great Christopher Nelson. Michael Myers Monday. Little do people know I played the Shape in 2 scenes from 2018. I knew that. We knew that. I think you guys probably knew that. But yes, not everybody knows that. But Christopher Nelson definitely not only created the masks, but did actually embody the Shape in 2 scenes, this being one of them. Let's jump over to Threads. Spooky Gage says, happy 29th Michael Myers Monday 2025. It's been a crazy work day, and I'm so glad it's over. I hear you. And one more for this week, also from the Threads. This is the great Tyler Mane saying, happy Michael Myers Monday. who else likes to prick their wife? And it's got this video he shares where he's coming in after her in his Michael Myers outfit, costume. It's pretty great. Pretty awesome to see the actual Michael Myers guys all participating in Michael Myers Monday as often and as enthusiastically as so many of them do. We love it. All right. Let's see in the live chat. Suber says votes for Brute. Teen Wolf says honorable mention to Michael's original mask when there was talks of him wearing a clown mask as an adult. That mask came back for in the comics. Yes, that's true. Yeah, now, yeah, we're gonna have to do a whole couple episodes probably at some point just about the comics and about all those other adventures and all. And trust me, when there is movement on the TV series or the next film for that matter, or the next video game for that matter, we will obviously be covering it on that. And again, as I've said before, don't think I'm sleeping on that. I'm following everything we are talking. It's just I don't want to get on here and necessarily just talk about rumors, because a lot of times what people say is a rumor. In this day and age on the interwebs, I'm sure you guys are aware, it's not even what an actual rumor is. Like somebody says something, hey, I think this is happening, and then all of a sudden that's a rumor. Like, that's not how rumors work. But anyway, we're working on that, and yeah, there's going to be some announcements and some info, I'm sure, coming out very soon on what's happening with all that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised at all. All right. It is almost midnight. We're going to wrap it a little bit early. Not really early. I always say we're only going to be on here about an hour, and then it's always more like 2 hours. But right around 90 minutes. That's probably the best case scenario for everybody. Out by midnight here on the East Coast, while it's still Michael Myers Monday live. All right. Check out our recent interviews last week. We dropped an awesome interview with Margarita Monet. She's the lead singer, songwriter, and artist for the band Edge of Paradise, another band I'm a big fan of. They're a much more recent band, not a classic metal band, but check that out if you haven't already. Check their music out if you haven't already. We had a great conversation. Check out my interview with James DeMonico, creator of The Purge. And he does mention Haddonfield actually in the interview. I won't spoil it. Watch that. And like I said, look for my chats with Sasha and Michael from Halloween coming later this week. And as far as other news reports, I can't say what, but I can say there's some very big Halloween news coming. Not Michael Myers, but Halloween merch drop news coming very soon. I can't say any more than that. Not Myers related, but just like if you're into the Spirit drops and the Lowe's drops and all that stuff that we're always reporting on the animatronics news, stay tuned for that as well. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss it. And if you're not a channel member, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's just $5 a month, and you'll be able to see those Halloween interviews before anybody else, plus other cool perks. And we're going to be adding some new perks here this summer as well, as things continue to heat up with Halloween reveal season. So this has been great, guys. Sorry again about the weeks off, but I appreciate you guys not forgetting where we live here and for turning out tonight. This was fun. I had a blast. As always, you guys rock, and I look forward to doing it again. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're watching this on replay, let us hear from you in the comments. Let us hear from you about what you want to see more of. Not only on Triple M Live, but here on the channel in general. I put out a little poll last week. What do you want to see more of? Be it interviews or news reports or on location stuff, Hallow hunting, unboxings and reviews, that type of stuff. Whatever you're most into and want to see more of. We don't really intend to eliminate or stop doing the stuff we're doing, but it's always good to check in with you guys and see exactly what you're connecting with the most so that we can put the extra effort that we have into those areas as much as possible. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on any and all of that. Do our polls when they come out. They're in the community tab. And by the way, we have that new enabled community tab that you guys can actually post in it now. It's like our own Halloween Daily News channel page. If you go to community, like, you guys can actually post on it and I can respond as well as you guys responding to us. Try it out if you haven't already. Let me know if it works. We just enabled it like a few days ago and haven't really shared anything about it, but check it out, community tab. You should be able to. If not, let me know if you're able to. But yeah, let's see if it works. All right, this has been great. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. You can always find out more every day at HalloweenDailyNews.com. Lots of cool videos coming right here to the YouTube channel. You're not going to miss any of it. Subscribe, like, share, comment, blah, blah, all that stuff. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Until then, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all for watching, and happy Michael Myers Monday. Good night, Haddonfield.